Hello everyone, welcome to another podcast episode. My name is The Star. I am The Star Crochet and I crochet gifts for everyone. On this episode today, I'll talk about things like what I have been up to, any finished objects, any works in progresses, and I have some new yarn to show as well. So yeah, what I've been up to. I have not been crocheting as much as I have the past, like last week on that episode. I don't have as many finished objects this time as I did that time. I've just been keeping myself busy with crocheting. So let's get to the finished objects. First I have a picture to show you guys of the finished objects. It's right here. It is of the all the pad sacks that I made for my church crochet group. And then I also have, so what I used for those pad sacks were worsted weight. One of them was made with a wool blend, and then the rest were made with 100% acrylic yarn. And so that's the first part of the finished objects I have. I don't know how many in total finished objects I have, but that's all right. So I had to turn all of those that were in the picture into the church because church groups are on Tuesdays and I record these podcasts on Wednesdays. So I have this extra that I made yesterday. This is another pad sack. And then I have this hat that I made for the church group as well. And the hat and the pad sack are made with worsted weight yarn. The yarn was given to me by the church. And now the next finished object I have is this multicolored dragon. I love the way it looks. I love the type of variegated yarn that I used for this. And you can see I used like a light brown for the spikes, and then for the toes right here, and then everything else I used, and for the ears as well, is what I used that the color for. And so I will have this ready for the market. And a little update about that, I still have not heard back from the Dole Farmers Market, and I hope I get accepted, fingers crossed. So the next finished object that I have is it's almost a finished object. I just need to sew in the eyes to this that I made. So this is another mushroom guy, and so if you can see, I made the dragon with worsted weight yarn as well, and then I made this mushroom guy with worsted weight yarn as well. I used like a lime green for the top of the hat, and then I did a quick sewing, running the needle through the whole part of where it connects the under hat and the top of the hat with, but it's still not like staying together as it should. But I just need to do the eyes and then the smile, and then this is how big the mushroom guy is. And this will be for the market. I think I want to make at least one more mushroom guy with a different colored hat. Maybe like a blue hat or something. And then that is it for all of my finished objects. And next is my work in progress. I have one work in progress, and I feel every time I say I have one work in progress, my mind tends to go straight to, well, you have that knitting project too, but it's like I try not to focus on knitting as much anymore. So technically I have two works in progresses. I guess I will always have at least two works in progresses because of the knitting that I have yet to complete of the socks. but I have this crochet work in progress that counts as my one work in progress. And I'm sure you guys realized recently that I am shifting gears on what to make for the markets and what to, like a rebrand, I guess you could say. And I just want to make, I still like making clothes, it's more difficult because a lot of people, I guess, are not into that yet, like they used to be, like in the 70s and 60s. And yeah, so I am focusing on amigurumi mainly for now. And then this is another dragon, by the way. This is before his spikes and before his ears and his horns and the tail, of course. So this colorway right here is very, very pretty. I feel that it's like a the way I described it yesterday, it's kind of like a photoshopped American flag colors because of how it's still red and blue, but it has like a yellow, like a gold. So maybe like in a different filter or something. But this is worsted weight yarn that I am using for this dragon, and all of it is worsted weight. And this is what the skein of yarn looks like. It is from Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn, and I have that. And then I want to use the same color as I used with this dragon right here. See how the spikes on the very back is the same color. So I want to use this as the spikes of the Americana dragon as well. And then that is my work in progress. And then the last thing I have to show, the best part ever, the new yarn that I got. So let me clarify, I do not have a problem because there's no such thing as too much yarn. I feel I need to say this every time I get yarn, so that way I'm not crazy here, okay? It's real. The saying is real. There's no such thing as too much yarn. Okay, so crinkle warning. I did it again. So this time, I bought more of the I Love This Yarn by Hobby Lobby. And I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 skeins of this colorway right here, and then I have a solid color of yarn to go with these variegated colors right here. And what I'm going to make are women's sweaters. And let's see, the specifications of this yarn is that it is 5 ounces, 142 grams, 252 yards, 230 meters, and it is 100% acrylic, machine wash on 40 degrees Celsius. You can use this in a dryer. Do not iron, do not bleach, and to dry clean, use only the chemical that starts with an A. And the recommended crochet hook size is I9 or 5.5 millimeter. So there we go. And this colorway is called Jazzed Stripe. And I wanted to get this because I like the way it looks, how it looks very autumny. You know, very, yeah, just autumn. And the colors in it are like green, purple, let's see, like a gold, and then a red, I see, and orange, like a rustic orange. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I have 6 of those skeins of the same specifications. And then I have this yarn as well. This is the solid color that I will be using to pair with this right here. See, it looks good, right? So The specifications of this yarn is that it's 7 ounces, 199 grams, 355 yards, and 325 meters. It is a 4-weight, 100% acrylic, machine wash on 40 degrees Celsius, machine dry, do not iron, do not bleach, and use for dry clean the chemical that only starts with an A. The recommended hook is an I-9 or a 5.5 millimeter, so just like this one. And this colorway is called Light Peach. So I have 1, 2, 3. The bag fell on the floor. And I have 4. So 4 of these skeins. And the type of sweater I want to make for these are like you guys know how like I'd say sometime last year, the style of the, what's it called, the hexagonal granny square sweater or something like that, that became like a popular thing. So I never made one before because the type of person that I am is that if something is too popular at the time, I don't touch it until it dies down. So I want to try making that kind of sweater for the first time. But that is all for today's episode. If you have made it this far in the video, subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell so you're always notified of all the videos I make. Check out my social medias such as TikTok, Instagram, X, and Facebook. Also check out my membership of Patreon. It is $3.33 per month per person, and you get perks such as bonus content, yarn haul videos, you get to chat with me and other members, and just a whole bunch more. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!